Alright, welcome to the Hygiene and Sanitation's Chapter 3, Part 2, yeah? Okay, for this week, I'm going to follow up with the two more sections, which is the kitchen hygiene and also the tools and equipments, yeah? Okay, so last week I have mentioned about the safety and hygiene practices, okay, to prevent food spoilage as well as the food poisoning. Okay, as well as I've briefed about the personal hygiene as well. Okay, so this week I will be talking about the kitchen hygiene as well as the tool and equipment. Yeah. Okay, let's look at the first one, which is the kitchen hygiene. Okay, cleaning and sanitation. Okay, cleaning and sanitation. So for kitchen hygiene, safe product. Okay, any products. Yeah, it can be food that you produce for your buffet, okay, you can food that you be serving in your restaurant and things like as well, cannot be made in an unsafe environment. Yeah, poorly maintained or dirty premises are high risk for cross-contamination. Okay, so I have mentioned before what is cross-contamination, which is from one place, okay, contaminate to another area. Okay, like for example, if your hand is dirty, okay, contaminated with pathogens. If you touch the handle of the fridge, then the fridge will be cross-contaminated with the pathogen. Okay, so it cannot be done. Okay, so if your kitchen is dirty and there's a risk for you to cross-contaminate not only to the other areas, it will cross-contaminate your food as well. Okay, so how would you clean dirty premises in order to maintain a safe environment? You need to have these two areas. Yeah, you need to have these two areas. Okay, so first is that you need to do cleaning. So there are two things here. So two things. One is cleaning, another is called sanitizing. Okay, what is cleaning? Cleaning is basically remove any of the visible contaminations. For example, if you got plates, okay, you need to scrape off all the food remains. Okay, you need to like rinse off the dirt, the grease, okay, from the surface. Okay, so you can see that the plate is relatively clean. Okay, there's no other thing on the plates. But cleaning doesn't mean that the pathogen is gone. You need to go through what we call the sanitizing the process. Okay, for example, using a sanitizer, okay, to destroy the microorganisms, therefore reducing the number of microorganisms present on surface. Okay, so cleaning, you can use detergent, okay, detergent to clean your plates and things like that. Then after that, you can use like hot water. Okay, hot water is very good, okay, that you can kill the microorganisms. Okay, or you can use chemicals. Nowadays, a lot of the commercial chemicals that you can purchase to actually clean the plate. Okay, which means that nowadays they come with a solution where you can use it to clean as well as to sanitize your plates. Okay, nowadays you can buy this kind of the chemical solution from the from the commercial industry. Yeah, okay, that you can use it to clean your plates. Okay, clean and sanitize. Cleaning is just to remove whatever visible contaminants. Okay, sanitizing is to kill the microorganisms from the surface of the plates or equipments and so forth. Okay, so you need to do these two things. Yeah. Okay, so surface can be sanitized using heat. Okay, must be very hot. Okay, more than 77 degrees Celsius. Nowadays, a lot of the what's it called, the commercial dishwashing equipments, they actually incorporate that. Yeah, they actually rinse it with very, very hot waters onto the plates while cleaning it. So that's good. Okay, you must at least, if you're using the heat, you must at least allow enough time for it to kill the microorganism. Like for example, immerse the item or on the spray on the surface for at least 30 seconds. Okay, time is very important. Yeah. Okay, you can use chemicals like chlorinated water, okay, chlorinated water like chlorines, okay, iodines, quartz, and so forth. There's one thing that the tailors' kitchens now is being equipped is the ozonated water. Yeah, so the water is connected to equipment. The equipment is called the is to generate is to convert the water into into ozone water. Yeah, okay, so into ozone water. Alright, so it's a O3. Okay, so the water, once you link it to the system, okay, then you just on the pipe, and then the water will come out and it's ozonated. So this ozonated water, right, is available in the kitchen of Taylor's University. Okay, so you can use it. It's quite good in terms that the technology, they use it in farm operation, food animal processor, restaurants, grocery store, and so forth. And it has been found that it can kill at least 99.99% to 99.9999% of the food products here. Okay, so it's quite effective. Okay, but one thing about this ozonated water, right, is that you need to use it immediately. Okay, so once the ozonated water is generated from the machine and you acquire it, you need to use it immediately. Okay, you can use it to wash your vegetable. Okay, you can use it to clean, to rinse your dishes. Okay, you can use it to, you can use it to clean the towel. Okay, which is for example, the towel for wiping the table and so forth. Okay, because the ozone in the water will kill the microorganism, but it doesn't last long. You need to use it immediately. Okay, so benefit of ozone in the food preparation industry, it can extend the shelf life of food products, much safer for employee than any conventional chemicals because of the short-lived effect of the ozone. Okay, so it won't last long. Okay, so what happens is that once the ozonated water, it will convert back to normal water. Okay, so if you say that I want to bring home the ozonated water, it doesn't work in this way because it's very short-lived, but it's effective enough for whatever you want to do at the spot. Okay, you can use it to eliminate all chemical usage and it's chemical free without the chemical byproduct of chlorinations. Okay, much safer for the environment as well, obviously. Okay, and the use of hot water or conventional sanitizer. It's generally on site, thus eliminate the transporting, storing, and handling otherwise hazardous material. Because if you are ordering other chemicals from the industry, okay, sometimes you need to actually order for you to transport to your location, but in this case you have the machine, you can generate immediately from there. Actually it's quite inexpensive given that once you install the machine, the ozonated water will generate continuously. Okay, whereas if you're talking about chemicals, once finished you need to reorder again and again and again. Okay, permits, you can use it to recycle your wastewater. Okay, you do not need to have extra treatments to the water. Yeah, alright, so you can look more at this this link, okay, if you want to find out more locations. But once you are able to go back to Taylor's University, okay, you can have the benefit of using the ozonated water. Okay, okay, looking at the kitchen hygiene, right, safe product cannot be made in unsafe environment. The three key areas that I'm going to talk about is the dirty premises are high risk area for cross-contaminations. Then I will talk about poorly maintained kitchen equipments, okay, what is the impact, and also the poorly designed and equipped kitchens. Yeah, so these three areas will be elaborated further. So if you're looking at this dirty premise, compromised food safety, this is very obvious and is more or less common sense. If you're looking at this, okay, it's not very ideal. Plates are on the floor, dirty. Okay, can attract all kind of the pests. Okay, it's just right beside the rubbish bin and it doesn't seem to have maintained well. Okay, you can see that personal belonging is right under the table as well, and rubbish more on top there. Okay, so it's more or less is a mess. Okay, and there's no place for you to wash as well as to stack the clean place. Okay, so in this case, right, there's a high chance that problems will come by. Cross contamination of your food product can come by. Yeah, okay, it can come from the dishes and things like that. As well as if you're looking at the bottom as well, a lot of empty bottles that can have an impact on the safety. Okay, because one thing also, it can have a storage of all these mosquito and things like that. Okay, so in contrast, over here you can see the kitchen is relatively clean. Okay, they actually have they clean the floor after the kitchen is closed. Okay, I'll explain it later on. And also there's an issue over here, yeah, because in this case you need to use special equipment to actually wash it without splashing all to your clean plates over here. Okay. Okay, so if you're looking at the condition just now, the kitchen, okay, so you need to have effective cleaning and sanitizing programs, which means that when you need to clean, when you need to sanitize, okay, a program, okay. Without a program, right, you say, I'm doing it, but then without a program, you will say that, when was the last time, okay, when was the last time you clean the then when was the last time you clean it? You will say, maybe last week, maybe last month, and so forth. Okay, so you need to have a program that lay out very clearly when and who, okay, to do it. Okay, so the routine cleaning and sanitizing prevents the build of contaminants, okay, the food scrap or microorganisms on equipment as well as the food contact surface. Okay, you can see that some of the restaurants, they seldom clean it. You can see that it's getting thicker and thicker, and it's sort of like stuck on the surface here. Okay, so it's very bad because it can lead to cross contamination. Okay, so ideally the cleaning and sanitization of large piece of equipment or surface such as the wall, okay, kitchen wall, yeah, not only the floor, the wall and the floor should be occur when there is no food handling occur. Okay, so which means that right after the restaurant is closed. Okay, if it's closed at 11 p.m, then you have to clean after that. If it's 12, you have to clean at 12 p.m. Yeah, that's what people normally do. Okay, they clean the kitchen before they shut off for the day. Usually you will need to use a high pressure hose, okay, dry whipping, dusting and so forth. Okay, so it's very sensible for you not to do all these when you are still preparing food. Very important, please remember that. Okay, do not do it. Say that, I want to save time and go home early. No, you can't do that. Okay, so you need to clean it after, okay, your final order. Then when you are cleaning, okay, no food preparation at all. Okay, because you may spray, okay, if especially using a high pressure hoses, you can spray the dirt or whatever to the food, okay, and lead to cross contamination. So if a room or work area is to be deep cleaned and unique, this should occur in logical sequence. There's no point cleaning the bench top before cleaning the ceiling and so forth. Yeah, so you need to clean the table, the bench top, then after that the floor and so forth. Okay, you have a sequence, not the other way around. You clean the floor, then you clean the bench top, and then the bench top, whatever, go back to the floor. Okay. So there is also a need, yeah, if needed, you need to scrub as well. Okay, scrubbing is very important because what happens is that the bacteria or microorganism can cause biofilm. Okay, it form a film, okay, that normal rubbing is cannot. So you need to scrub it off, okay, and clean it and sanitize the surface using the brush. Okay, so you can see from here, practice, okay, maintain cleanliness of interior, exterior building, very important, okay, not only interior, exterior as well. Okay, the reason why you need to clear the exterior, okay, is because you can attract vermins, all those like rats, okay, cockroaches and so forth into your premise. Okay, so surrounding is very important. Okay, cover the garbage bin and empty regularly because you do not want the food or waste to actually start to go back in your kitchen. Okay, so that can potential cross contamination source as well. Ensure proper lighting and ventilation, very important. Okay, the lighting so that you can see the dirt in your area. Okay, ventilation and toilet so that you got fresh air coming and going out from your premises. okay, so that it doesn't stuck there. I can see that some area, if you do not have a very good ventilations, okay, what happens is that the when it's too humid, for example, okay, it can promote the growing of mold. Okay, the pests must not be allowed to remain in the food preparation area, so make sure that there's a pest control service that actually maintain. Okay, some I see that, oh, they got pest control, but then the equipments, right, inside is full of like dead cockroaches or dead rats. Okay, that is not acceptable as well. It need to be clean it or remove it accordingly, okay, in a timely manner. So it's very important over here, right? You can see that pest control, okay, it's best that you have a program. This is what I mean by a program. Okay, what is the task, how frequent, the timing, and who is the one responsible. Okay, very important. Okay, you can see this in the toilet as well. Okay, very very common as well in the toilets. You can see from there who by who, what, and so forth. Okay. Okay, the next one will be talking about the tools and equipments. Okay, how you can clean and sanitize the tools and the equipments in the kitchen. Okay. Alright, so poorly maintained equipments compromise the food safety. Okay, so I mentioned before. Okay, equipment's very important. If your equipment is not good, not maintained well, the food safety can be a problem. Okay, so when you purchase equipments, right, you need to make sure that how well is the food processing equipment can be cleaned and sanitized and maintained. Okay, don't because of the price, okay, you buy something that cannot be dismantled to clean properly. Okay, a preventative maintenance program is necessary to stop the building and equipment maintenance issue become food safety issue. Yeah. Okay, so you need to buy a proper equipment for this task. The equipment installation and storage. Okay. Large non-portable pieces of equipment should be installed so that you can easily clean around them, yeah, on the side and underneath. So it shouldn't be just lying on the floor and so forth. Okay, if it needed to be hang on the wall and so forth, please, okay, hang on the wall so you can clean the bench easily. Small items such as thermometers should be stored in designated places. Okay, do not like store in everywhere. Okay, so it's very important for you to actually maintain, all right, where to put what, okay, what type of equipment should be purchased, okay, and so forth. So you can see from here, very important, okay, like a mixer, okay, buy those mixer that can be dismantled, okay, and get the purchasing the company that you purchase to teach you how you can clean it effectively. Okay, so that some area that it can be dismantled, clean it properly, so that to prevent the dirt from stuck there. Okay, and try to get equipments right with a good design, usually the round, okay, or straight without all these funny areas. Okay, that with all these areas, right, it can actually stuck all those food items, processed food item in there. Once it's stuck there, obviously what happens is that then without able to clean it, what happens? Microorganism can grow. Okay, so where this kind of design or equipment easy to clean and so forth. So please buy the commercial equipments, okay, that has been designed properly. Not because it's cheaper, you buy that and then what happens is that you cannot clean it properly and you compromise the safety of the consumer, okay, by serving food that has a potential or risk of being cross-contaminated. Okay, use equipment made from smooth, durable, impervious, okay, and easily clean materials. Okay, equipment must be easily and effectively cleaned. Again, please include a maintenance program as well. If you can actually, if you have the budget, you can actually ask the company to come and do a maintenance, like a yearly maintenance to your equipment, to your mixer and so forth. And then ensure the accurate happening of the temperature of equipment. Okay, freezer, refrigerator, fryer, all this you need to have a calibration as well. Okay, so make sure you have that. For example, freezer, refrigerator, make sure the temperature can be achieved. Okay, by putting inside okay, but when the temperature doesn't go down, okay, just say that the fridge is at 15 degrees Celsius, okay, it's supposed to be below 5 degrees Celsius, it's like 10 degrees Celsius, right? You'll say, oh, it's cool, but it's not at the below the danger zone, okay, temperature danger zone. So in that case, the food product you store inside may actually promote the growth of microorganism, okay, which is not good. Yeah, so make sure it's being checked, okay, calibrated. If needed, you can actually have a thermometer into the fridge and then check that the freezer or the fridge can achieve the temperature needed, okay, for storing your food items. Okay, so you can see from here, okay, defrost, and so you get why is very important to defrost. Yeah, a lot of people, they never do the defrost because what happens is that the coil for cooling or chilling, once it's frosted with the ice, it cannot effectively cool the environment inside. So you need to defrost it, okay, in order to make it better, the freezer. Okay, seal all these things, right? Okay, you must actually, especially the and so forth, to make sure that inside there's no things that stuck in the vacuum package here. Okay, so you can actually, if it's able to be done by by the staff in the restaurants, okay, or in the company, then you can do it to save cost. But if needed, you need to get the company to come and do it. Okay, it can be a half-yearly basis or on a yearly basis. All right. Okay. You can also, as I mentioned before, you can also do put a thermometer, okay, probe into the fridge and check the temperature inside. Okay. That can be checked in a daily basis to make sure that your food product inside is being stored correctly, okay, at the correct temperature. Okay, if you see that suddenly it went to 10 degrees Celsius, you know that, okay, your food product haven't exposed too long to the temperature. Okay, so in that case, you still can quickly transfer the food products into another fridge for temporary storing while you are fixing the fridge or freezer. Okay, so it's very, very important to have this kind of log, okay, equipment temperature log. A poorly equipped kitchen also risks a compromised hygiene. Yeah, so that's why there is a kitchen specialist in what they call the interior designer for a kitchen. There is, okay, to make sure that the layout is properly. There's a flow. Okay, so receiving is receiving. Okay, after receive, then you go to production. Then after you go to serving and so forth. Okay, not the other way around. Okay, not bringing the cooked food, okay, through a storage area and so forth. Okay, in that case, it can compromise cross-contamination. Okay, so a properly designed is when there is no all this area. Okay, like you can see that this is not fully rounded, and you can see that it started to store some mold in there. Okay, the mold start to grow in the corner over there, so it is not allowable. You need to have all this proper rack as well. You see, this is temporarily, but you need to have a proper storage rack. Okay, not just like that. Okay, have a proper temperature storage, hand washing, and also the rubbish bin. I can see that some area, right? Okay, some restaurants, they have this, but they do not have the dispenser. What's the point? Okay, or they do not have a rubbish bin. What's the point? Okay, you need to have a proper equipments. Okay, you need to have a proper equipments in your kitchens. Okay, the design is very, very important. You need to have a hand washing facility, a complete hand washing facility, not just hand washing facility. Okay, you need to have the usable the tap. Okay, with a clean water. Okay, you have a hand soap. Okay, able to wash your hand. And then you need to have, like for example, paper towel, then you have a rubbish bin that you can throw the paper towel and so forth. And a very source of potable water, drinking water, okay, garbage disposal. You have a proper cool, cold, dry storage spaces and so forth. So if you're looking at this, you can see this is more or less quite well designed. You can see that the raw meats, okay, vegetables, they will come from here, one end, okay, store at the storage, or there's a chiller and freezer. okay. And whatever you want to use for cooking, it will be brought to the cooking area here, okay. So you can cook and so forth. Once you completely cooking and so forth, do not go back here. Instead, you go to the packing area and then for delivery. And you can see that the chiller for chilling your final product or ready to eat food, okay, is separated from the raw material. Okay, they do not actually store in the same area to avoid cross contamination. So the flow is only one way. Okay, the flow is only one way, and this can and promote a safety environment for producing the products. Yeah, all right. So some equipment, they say that, oh, I got the space constraint, okay, so I need to be everything in there, okay. So in that case, there's the risk of cross contamination. So before even you work, you need to actually have a plans, okay. The chef actually have all this should have all this knowledge to do it properly. Okay, before you work, study the layout of the food premises, okay, and think of the way to minimize risk of contaminations. Okay, so you need to know what the food that you can prepare, where to store it, and so forth. Okay, so when you're not using it, you need to store in the chiller. Again, when you use it, you can take it out and so forth. Okay, so that the temperature of the food product or ingredients doesn't go to the temperature danger zone. Okay, and plan your work according to the plans. And then this one, post-mortem. Post-mortem is to discuss what can be done better. A lot of people didn't do this properly, yeah, okay. So you need to actually have this post-mortem, yeah, especially when you are when the restaurant is still new, okay. Equipments as well, okay. If you go to the kitchen of Taylor Swift, you can see that the products. Okay, you can see that we actually have a color-coded chopping board. Okay, the reason is so that you do not actually cross-contaminate. If you use the green color, is for salad and fruits. Okay, if you want to cut meat, you use the red chopping board and so forth. Alright, so in Taylor's Unity, they got different color-coded chopping board there. You don't just take and use whatever you want. Okay, make sure that if you are cutting meat, you use the red one. If you are cutting salad and fruits, use the green one and so forth. Okay. Is color-coded. Color-coded is also can be applied to knives as well, okay, so that it won't cross-contaminate. Okay, one example is, for example, you cut the meat, okay, and you use the same equipment and you cut the vegetables, okay. Vegetables you need to like serve it raw, okay. That can promote cross-contamination to your salad. Okay, that's why there's a reason why you use a different knives, okay. Use a different chopping board and so forth. Okay, with the color coded, you actually can avoid cross contamination. Okay. Thermometer as well is very important. Nowadays you got this infrared. Okay, the thermometer is cool. Okay, it looks very cool and it's very expensive as well. But if you want to check the internal temperature of your meat, you can't do with the infrared. Okay, you instead, with less than 20 ringgit thermometer, it do a better job because you are able to poke the thermometer directly into the meat to check the internal temperature. Okay, surface temperature may reach, but internal temperature must reach above the cooking temperature, must be above 80 degrees and so forth, and retain there for a few minutes to kill the microorganisms. Yeah, okay, that also can prevent the uncooked meat. Okay, some people say they cut, why is it inside is still raw? Okay, it's because the heat did not penetrate deep enough into the meat. So you by using this kind of probe, okay, that you poke directly inside, you can check the internal temperature. Okay. So you need to clean and sanitize the thermometer as well. Once you have poked, like for example, the raw chickens, okay, the kitchen that is not well, then you need to clean it before you re-poke into the same chicken again. Okay. You need to clean and sanitize the thermometer, okay, between the food. Okay, last but not least, yeah, so to summarize what I have mentioned, okay, so the safety and hygiene practices in 6 key areas of food to guarantee a safe quality product for consumers. Okay, you need to think about the premises, the equipment proper maintenance, the cleaning and sanitizing, the staff training, very important, personal hygiene. You can look at the process flow, the transport, receiving and storage of food, as well as the productions process, yeah, the mise en place and so forth. Mise en place is basically you prepare the food or the ingredient, you prepare the ingredients, okay, for cooking later on. This is called mise en place. Okay, so thank you very much. This is chapter 3, part 2. Okay, so please remember to indicate in the palette, okay, whether you have questions. Okay, if you have a question, please ask questions. If you got no questions, please write that no questions here. Again, I will be using that for checking your attendance, okay, for marking your attendance. Okay, thank you very much.